Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Star Citizen video. It's Thursday. You know what that means. Inside Star Citizen. I actually just went on my phone minutes ago and I was like, okay, I'm gonna set up, go onto YouTube and set up notifications for Star Citizen because I need to make sure I have time to do this video because I've got so much stuff going on today. And literally, as I went on to Star Citizen to hit notifications, it said the video was just posted 2 minutes ago. So I haven't even, I was like, I gotta do it now. So I've just literally loaded it up. Let me refresh here. Inside Star Citizen Expanse Glance. What is that? I don't know. We're going to watch it here together. The reason I'm in a rush, if you guys didn't see last week's video, I said I'm going to be going on vacation in the following week. And here we are. Tomorrow, I leave, well, I drive down to the airport. I stay down there for the night because I fly out really early on Saturday. And I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. And I've been really waiting for 3.17. You guys know that. It looks awesome. There's a lot of cool things that are going to be coming to it. Unfortunately, timing is awful. I'm not going to be able to play it to start. It looks like it just came out in the PTU today in Wave 1. But it looks also like it's kind of a hot mess from what I've heard. I haven't jumped in myself, but I hear it's kind of finicky. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'll definitely be jumping into it when I get back. But that's going to be from 2 weeks from now. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to jump into it right now. The other thing is, I'm really happy to be going on vacation, obviously. You know, this pandemic, it's been, what, 2.5 years now? Right now we're at the tail end of it, it seems. But it's been rough, I think, for everyone, right? It's just been a weird time in history, and it's just been awful. It's been draining. It's just been miserable. You know, I haven't been able to travel. I haven't been able to see my family in the UK. I hadn't been able to go to the UK for a few years. They weren't able to come here. You know, this trip I'm doing right now has been planned. It's been cancelled, I should say, 3 times now because of the pandemic. And it's finally happening. So I feel like I just need it. I can't wait to come back. Well, listen, I can't wait to be there and really enjoy it. But I know when I go on vacations like this, take a couple weeks off, away from everything, I can't wait to just come back energized, refreshed, ready to go. I always am when I get back from vacation. So I really do look forward to that and jumping into 3.17 with you guys and making some videos on it and just having some fun again. Hopefully by then they'll iron out a few of the bugs that are in the PTU. Maybe, who knows, maybe it'll even be live. Will it be live after 2 weeks? Who the bloody hell knows? But anyway, I've got a lot of stuff I need to do today, obviously, if I'm going to be leaving tomorrow. So we're going to watch this video. I'm going to try and edit it real quick and upload it for you guys. But without further ado, let me click on the video. We all know that sound. All right, let's make the camera smaller. All right, there we go. Let's see what this is. I haven't seen it. I don't know what it's all about. It's just Inside Star Citizen Expanse Glance. What is an Expanse Glance, you may ask? No idea. Let's watch it together.
Hey everybody. In our last episode of the quarter, we wanted to mix things up and take a sneak peek ahead at something coming your way while we're out on hiatus. It's the next concept ship from industrial powerhouse Misc.
They're going on hiatus too.
Dedicated refinery craft of its kind. Let's take a look.
We've got quite a few ships already in the Misc manufacturer lineup. You have the Prospector, you have the Starfarer, Hull series, but we wanted to have dedicated entry-level ship into the refining gameplay career for ship owners.
Hey, what? What are we on about? Have I today? What?
Manufacturer lineup. You have the Prospector, you have the Starfarer, Hull series, but we wanted to have dedicated entry-level ship into the refining gameplay.
Entry-level ship for refining gameplay. Okay.
Career for ship owners.
Expanse Glance. Concept preview.
Misc Expanse fills a great hole in the gameplay loop of the entire mining refining cycle, because currently you go out to the far reaches of space, you mine some rocks, you fill up your capacity, then you yourself have to trek all the way back to the grain station or somewhere like that to refine, and then you have to trek all the way back to go continue mining. Whereas Expanse can be the middleman, where you take on board mined goods, you processes it, and then you can either sell it yourself or you can transfer it back to a cargo ship, and they complete the whole gameplay loop.
Interesting. So this is a factory. I say factory on wheels. No, it's not. It's a factory in space. So you can mine on board it. Is that what they just said? And then you can refine it on board, and then transfer it to a cargo ship or sell it directly. You can mine it. Is that what they said?
Refine, and then you have to trek all the way back to go continue mining. Whereas Expanse can be the middleman, where you take on board mined goods.
No, so you take on board mined goods and then refine them. So you can't mine in this ship. Okay, got it. So it's a refinery.
Processes it, and then you can either sell it yourself or you can transfer it back.
So are they going to be able to transfer from a mining ship to this directly? Is that what's going on here? That'll be cool. How would you transfer it over? I'm sure they'll tell us.
To a cargo ship, and they complete the whole gameplay loop. The Expanse is the starter ship in the sort of refinery tier. We have refineries on other ships, such as the Starfarer, but they're more specialised into purely doing fuel. Where the Expanse has a bonus over them is it has what we call reactors on them, and at a very simplistic level, one reactor is one refinery process, and the Expanse has 6 of them on board. So it allows you to potentially do 6 entirely different refinery processes simultaneously, or for maximum output you can do 6.
It's a really good looking ship too. Do we agree on that? It's a cool looking ship.
6 of all the same type, and really sort of improve your bandwidth, so to speak, of refinery. We picked Misc because it sort of fits that industrial aesthetic.
You've got the rounded front nose of the ship, but then what you'll notice, you've got the well, not massive, but you've got the big shoulders, and that's also on the Starfarer, and so we wanted to keep that. So it's sort of basically big airflow, big intakes, straight into an engine, and then back out.
I like it.
When people look at the back, there are certain visual elements there that you'll see that are common throughout the ship manufacturers. You know, it's sort of the ball engine almost, very sort of defined fins that surround that spherical engine. And also the other sort of...
Little doggo, you guys can't see the dog. We got to showcase the dog down here. Look at this little fella. Is that a real dog? It's a real dog. I think it's just this, the eye makes it look fake from this angle. Sorry.
Main feature is the 8 pods. There are 4 on either side. It really gives this ship a unique look and silhouette. And there's no mistaking this ship.
It's a cool ship.
People might be familiar already with sort of Misc interiors are generally sort of a letterbox kind of viewpoint. You know, it's very widescreen. You know, you've got that basically when you're sat in the pilot seat. You've got all your instrumentation laid out in front of you. It's all quite sleek, holographic. It's still sort of quite compact because it is a one-man ship. Leading from the cockpit, it will take you into just a small living section. You know, so bed, locker, that kind of, that
Toilet.
kind of stuff. And then progressing to the rear of the ship is just a really small sort of like operations room, basically, where you can interface with the refinery section. And there's a little window there, and you can sort of see through into the gubbins, and you'll have a little bit of a display that you'll be able to do some of your interaction with.
I like the outfit, the Misc outfit. Can you get that now?
It's split level, so to get out of the ship, basically you'll enter into a really sort of compact and bijou lift, or an elevator, as some people say. That'll take you down to the lower floor. Jared, you might want to call it the ground floor. and then outside down a ramp basically. So yeah, quite small. I mean, I think the ship is going to be kind of cool. I mean, obviously it's it's a niche role and it's not going to appeal to every player, but I think as a ship and as an owner, I think people are really going to like it. I think they're probably going to sort of really start to gel with it. It's got a lot of it's got a lot of personality, I would say, and I hope that people A, will enjoy what it does, but B, will also sort of enjoy the visuals of the ship and just flying around in it and just having that sort of one-man support experience.
So what do we think about it? He was saying, like, some people like it, some people won't. It's not everyone's cup of tea, just like everything in the game. So it's a support ship, right? So it needs to be part of a fleet. I mean, at least a fleet of mining ships, right? Because I'm assuming you can't just go... Maybe you can't just go buy... That wouldn't make sense, though. I was going to say you can go buy minerals or mine goods and then refine them yourself and then go sell them, but that just seems kind of pointless. It's more so if let's say you have a group of you and you have two... What's the mole? You have two moles, right? That are out mining, and you're kind of the hub, and when they get fuller they can come to you and then you can refine the materials on board, and then go off, sell it, come back, get more materials, refine them, go off, sell it, and then obviously you'd have to all split the profits. But that would be, I think it's cool. I think if I was with because you guys probably know, I don't really enjoy mining that much. It's no surprise here. It's not my cup of tea. But until they make it where, which I think, let's say when you're building your own compounds in the future with the Pioneer and you're going to need materials, I think you should have to go mine for those materials. And then I would enjoy it because it'd be more so I'm gathering things to build something instead of just buy and sell, or mine and sell. But I think if I was with a group of people mining, I think I would prefer this role. I think I would prefer to be in this Expanse ship. Let them do the mining, I'll do the refining on board and selling it and, splitting the money, obviously. I think I'd prefer this role, just following a fleet around instead of actually physically doing the mining, because I just don't, like I say, enjoy it too much. But what are your thoughts on this? I'm actually curious. This is my first time hearing about this ship, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie.
The Misc Expanse is the first dedicated refinery ship for Star Citizen, an ideal place for beginners looking to start making their way in this career, intended partner of the Prospector mining vehicle, and you can learn more about it in the coming weeks on the robertsspaceindustries.com website. But up next, Alpha 317 is right around the corner, so here's a look at many of the new features, updates, and bug fixes on their way with the patch report. Let's start things off with the big mammer jammer, the main event, the headliner, ship-to-ship player refueling. This new...
That was 317. I completely forgot this was 317. Is it 317? I thought we were just getting all the looting thing, where you can go and find loot boxes and sell them and be able to sell things. I didn't realize this was here already.
Support profession makes its debut in the upcoming Alpha 317, with a new and exciting user interface allowing players to fuel up their Starfarer and Starfarer Geminis, head out into the verse.
I'm sure some people who own these ships are like, finally! I think it'll be... It ought to be like a Debbie Downer. I think it'll be short-lived. I think it's a super cool idea and concept. I just have never really had people run out of fuel that much. But I guess if you're in a group or in an org, or... I said this last time, I think this is the perfect gameplay mechanic and something for people to enjoy if you're part of a fleet, right? If you're in an org, let's say you're following a javelin around and you've got a bunch of ships and everything. This is cool to have to help keep everyone refueled while you're traveling around the verse, right? And then you can obviously stop off in places to refuel and then meet up with the crew again and refuel people. I think that's where this is going to come in handy. Maybe even exploration. You know, we're going to be looking for a lot of these rivers. I think there's only one river on Microtech in 317. I think it's just one. But even, you know, exploring for rivers, maybe when we go, because when I get back from vacation, I want to go out with a group and just go looking for loot. Just traveling all these derelict places and looking for derelict ships and looking for just abandoned things all over the place. And I think to do that, that's where you would run out of fuel. And I think having one of these come along with us on that journey would be great, because that's where I feel like we're going to run out of fuel. Because we're going to want a lot of little ships to be scouts, right? Whether it's Pisces or fighters or whatever it is, and they're going to need refueling. And then we'll have a bigger ship that'll have storage on it that we can store all of our newfound goods that we're going to go and sell. But that's where this will come in handy, I think. But, you know, the dogfighting, I don't know. There's a lot of cool things that this can be used for, so.
Make an agreement for type of fuel and price. Hook up using the docking unit.
This is the part that the selling point of this ship is what they're showing right here, right? It's like, oh, I've run out of fuel. Can someone come and help me? And then, sure, I'll come and help you. Let's figure out a price and so on and so forth. That's the selling point, which I think is probably ideally, realistically, what they would want when they imagine this, like gameplay mechanic. But I think realistically, I don't think this is, I could be wrong, but I don't think this is going to happen very often. I think it's going to be used more as a support ship that's part of a fleet, whether that's your org or whatever it is. I think this will be more of a support ship for that, rather than, you know, a solo gameplay, you know, just refueler out in the verse. And if it does end up being like this, that would be cool, but I just can't imagine it happening very often, to be honest. But, you know, we'll see. I think the pirates also will have a field day with this, because people are going to be like, hey, I need fuel, can you come on out? This guy will come out by himself to try and refuel, and then they'll get attacked by pirates, or someone will try and steal the fuel and cargo of the ship and go and sell it. So I think solo gameplay like this is trying to showcase here may not be realistic, because A, I don't think it's going to happen very often, and B, I think pirates will take advantage of it, and the people that want to do this gameplay are just going to give up because they keep being attacked. So I think it'll be more group fleet gameplay as a support ship than this. But let me know what you guys think.
Face you may already be familiar with, and then don't forget to manage the flow properly. This step is the crucial difference between a satisfied customer and an unfortunate repair bill. Now, ship-to-ship refueling arrives along with a rebalancing of fuel efficiency.
That also sucks if that, because that looked like it snapped right there because they did something wrong, right? Is that, if that breaks, is that it? You're done? You need to go and repair and come back? Because that sounds like it would suck. How often is it going to break? Is it going to be easy to break? If it's in my hands, you know it's going to break instantly. I don't know. How flimsy is it? Or is it sturdy? We're in space. I don't know.
And the removal of temporary fuel scoops from many spacecraft to change life in the verse from this point forward. But Disco, that's not the biggest feature in Alpha 317, you may be saying. Who are you, my boss? I'm talking about my boss. Maybe the biggest feature of Alpha 317 is the dynamite combination of loot generation updates and selling, where a wide array of new items, some formerly found in shops, some from the depths of Star Citizen's history, and some entirely brand new to the Persisting Universe, can now be discovered during your travels. And then
that was a great clip. I love whoever made that. It was so simple yet so comedic.
Some formerly found in shops, some from the depths of Star Citizen's history, and some entirely brand new to the Persisting Universe, can now be discovered during your travels.
Great.
And then, along with a huge selection of items and resources you're already familiar with, now successfully be sold to vendors, allowing you finally to find your fates and fortunes while foraging the
This is something else I want to do. It's just timing, right? Of course, I'm leaving tomorrow, and now this is out. But this is something I want to try when I get back too. Is just going out with a group of people, or even solo. Just spend an hour scavenging and sell it and see how much you make an hour. Because it could be a lot of fun. Like, I love trading. You guys know I love trading. You're probably sick of me talking about it all the time. But, I mean, this, if it's super profitable, Could be a lot of fun. Just flying around to new, different locations, looting. It could be a lot of fun.
Fantastic fabled frontiers of favor and finance. I'm gonna get fired. Or maybe
The only thing with that is how, so they're showing the...
successfully be sold to vendors.
So like this, right? Choose source. And then category and subcategory. So source. So it says Grimhex. So I'm assuming, because you can't sell things... If you're at Grimhex, you're not going to be able to sell things that are over in Microtech and New Babbage, right? So I'm assuming, I'm hoping the source is going to be Grimhex, you personal inventory, and your ship's inventory. Because obviously all of this, you're not going to be able to store on your body, right? It's too much. Even if you have a backpack, you probably can't store this much stuff. And you also don't want to have to move it all the way over to Grimhex, like take it out of Grimhex and move it, right? Or take it out of your ship to Grimhex. But if you can choose source and it's your ship, so if you go out for a long day, and sure, some of you guys have been playing in the PTU already today. Some of you guys were part of the avocado. So you've already been playing it, so you'll know the answer to this. So let me know in the comments. But can you choose source like ship, like Caterpillar, for example, or whatever ship it is? Can you, probably Caterpillar's probably not the best ship to do this in, but you know what I mean? Like an MSR or something. Can you choose your ship in this drop-down menu? Because that will be... I can't wait.
Allowing you finally to find your fates and fortunes while foraging the fantastic fabled frontiers of favor and finance. I'm gonna get fired.
It's still not as much money as you get from doing just finding presents, though, you know what I mean? Like, you know when they do that, and these presents just scattered all around the place, and you can literally make millions an hour?
Or maybe the biggest news of Alpha 3.17 is the first integration of quantum running things under the hood, where the prices of several commodities, not all at first, will now be
Repair, restock, refuel quantum, refuel hydrogen. What?
controlled by the massive simulation bunderkin we've been talking about for some time. It's exciting times ahead.
What?
I'm gonna get fired.
What is this?
Or maybe the biggest news of Alpha 3.17 is the first integration of quantum running things under the hood, where the prices
I
of
couldn't even... Let me put closed captions on, because I couldn't... Quantum clang clang under the hood is all I heard.
I'm gonna get fired. Or maybe the biggest news
Does that say subtitles unavailable? What's he saying?
of Alpha 3.17 is the first integration of quantum running things under the hood,
Quantum running things under the hood? Is that what he said?
where the prices of several commodities, not all at first, will now be controlled by the massive simulation bunderkin we've been talking about for some time.
I've no idea what he's talking about. This looks exactly the same. Repair, restock, refuel. This looks the same. Manual. I don't know what this is. I don't know what he's talking. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's exciting times ahead.
I don't know what the hell that means. I'm so lost. It's probably so straightforward and easy, and my brain's just... I got a lot going on. Okay, I'm sorry.
Also in Alpha 3.17 are a host of new additions and updates for medical gameplay, including the arrival of Maria Pure of Heart in Lorville, new
That's cool.
space station clinic variations on stations throughout the Stanton system,
I love this song, the Lorville song, the New Babbage one. Oh. Or is it the Common song? So good.
and balance adjustments and bug fixes to bleeding out, insta-death, injury occurrence,
I still think this is weird, I'm not gonna lie, but, you know, whatever.
player status not persisting through logging,
That's cool.
hunger and thirst decay rates,
That's cool, because like I've said in the past, I rarely drink in this game or eat. I just don't. Because I feel like I don't need to. And that's obviously an issue, because you should at some point. So I'm glad they're making that more persistent. to force me to do it.
And getting a crime stat for ramming your corpse. Yeah.
They talked about this last week too. Again, yeah, that shouldn't happen.
Yes, you may now ram your corpse as often as you like, penalty free.
I feel like the corpse should just disappear. I feel like it should just leave a backpack there. Because how is that realistic? Right? Anyway. Like, instead of making it... Because obviously So what this is like, before this patch, if you die and you go to retrieve your stuff and you hit your own body, you got a crime stat. Which is stupid. But so now they've made it so you don't get a crime stat when you hit your body. But I feel like it would make more sense to just kill two birds with one stone. Just get rid of the body. Right? Because how are you going to explain that? It's like, oh, I'm here, but my body's there. It doesn't make sense anyway to have the body there. Obviously, you've died or been injured and taken to hospital. So why would your body still be there anyway? Shouldn't they have just got rid of the body instead of... Am I making any sense? Does that make sense? I'm sure I'm right in this, right? Get rid of the body. Just leave the backpack. You were taken to hospital. Why is your body still floating around?
We've also got DNA head updates to your player faces that will look better than ever before.
I hope they're making female hair better. You know, I feel bad. The women's haircuts in this game are god-awful.
With improved textures and, you guessed it, moist eyeballs. There's also the FPS weapon animation refactor, where the procedural animations that occur as you run, jump, idle, or just look badass while using the latest from Castec Arms should now feel more natural and aesthetically pleasing. New turret acceleration models so they don't instantly jump to max speed and give the player whiplash anymore. IFCS quality of life changes, fixes to cluster missiles, ground vehicle signature emission changes, and more that you can learn all about when the patch notes come out.
I like cluster.
Mining gadgets, the latest improvement to mining gameplay that allows players to tackle those asteroids that were previously a bit too volatile or change a variety of circumstances.
If you guys are miners, for the miners out there, are you excited about this gameplay? These little, handheld things that you can put on to adjust things. Is this something you're excited about? I'm not sure. I haven't spoke to any miners about it. But I'm curious if that's something you're excited about.
Circumstances to better suit your loadout and intent when out in the cold wastes, just you and your big rocks. Cloud Tech also takes another step forward on Hurston as the planet is next in line to get a little bit of shade from the sun in the Stanton system.
Looks beautiful.
Alpha 317 also brings with it the long-awaited Hull A from Musashi Industrial and Starflight Concern, harbinger of the entire Hull series and littlest workhorse of the line. Now, I'm supposed to espouse all of its virtues here, but
beautiful.
Really, just look how adorable it is. I just want to give it a little hug and tell it what a good job it's doing. Note, if I didn't just talk about how adorable it is and wanting to hug it, someone made me re-record this. And when you're done flying your Hull A low above Microtech's first...
I do want to do some races down this thing. I know it's already been found. I know people are going to be having so much fun without me. But yeah, I definitely do want to check it out.
And testbed for the new river tech that will roll out across planets and moons in subsequent patches, you can return to port with the biggest feature of Alpha 317 yet.
Request landing as a hotkey. My God. That is going to be incredible. I'm just going to be honest with you. That is about as awesome as when they gave you a hotkey for your helmet. Even though the helmet one's kind of annoying because you press it and you'll look at yourself and there's no helmet. So you press it again and no helmet. And you press it again, no helmet. And then all of a sudden it'll be on, off, on, off, on, off.
Bind to key ATC landing. Look at it. It's so beautiful.
It is.
It's so beautiful. So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that Misc continues to be at the industrial forefront with the Expanse refinery vehicle, and that the full concept reveal is just around the corner. That little things like ATC bind a key are the quality of life improvements that come through your feedback throughout all of development. And that with ship-to-ship refueling, vendor selling, and quantum under the hood, Alpha 317 is shaping up to be another big step forward in recognizing the full potential of life in the verse. Now that's it for ISC this quarter, but keep an eye out on the robertspaceindustries.com website for info on the 317 release, the upcoming Misc Expanse, as well as our merch sale that's just around the corner, and then hang out with Jeremiah and I one more time right here in LA tomorrow on Twitch ahead of my eventual relocation to the UK. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you next month from there, here, wherever.
Keep that smile on your... Wait, what's all this at the end here? There's more! I was going to say, keep that smile on your face, Jared, because he's got a nice tan going for him. The transition from LA to the UK, I think, is going to be... It'll be... I don't know if it'll be difficult or not, you know. The one thing about the UK, if you live in California, the weather is awful. When it's nice, right? It's beautiful in the UK when it's nice. But when it's bad, and that's a lot of the time. It's very grey. It's very grey. But the culture's completely different. I think he'll enjoy the pub culture. Just the culture in general in the UK is awesome. Compared to LA. But, yeah, the weather. Ooh, the weather's going to be a hard transition for him. There's something coming up here. Oh, I'm laughing because it's so relatable. Literally the beginnings of my video before I'm about to, like, I hit record and I look over and I always do the same thing. It's like beep 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 boop. Or you just just making sure the camera's on, making sure the audio's there. So what are they doing? They're doing bloopers at the end now? They are.
Okay. Oh, that was loud. I like my colors.
Oh, is this like a flashback of his LA stuff? I don't know.
I like my colors. Whew, almost missed my chair. Have you ever found a critical JIRA assigned to an employee that hasn't worked there for years? Had you ever shown up for a stand-up that no one told you had been canceled? Have you ever had everything working perfectly on staging, but wouldn't even boot up in the presentation room? What kind of games did you invent as a kid? Have you ever shown up to a stand-up and you were the only one there? Have you ever gotten lost in a gaming convention? Have you ever clicked send halfway through I forgot what I was supposed to say here. Have you ever lit a scene only to discover you're 300% over the entity budget? Have you ever killed a man in the dead of winter just to watch the steam rise from his wounds? Have you ever been tempted to set all your JIRAs to resolved and just make a run for it? Nope, that's not good. I don't remember the last time I stood up for a stand-up. You tell this is going to be a good start. I got a trophy for spaceships. I gave it to myself. I'm going to have to get a haircut at some point.
Yes.
I'm just wasting camera time now, huh? You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? They gave me a special fashion hoodie.
It's a nice hoodie.
Sometimes I just stick my fingers under my arms. Oh, the weather outside is weather. Honestly, I'm just getting really bad at this. Have you ever found 4 copies of the same Confluence page and had no idea which was the updated one? Did you know the human head weighs just 14 pounds? Just mine. It's been a long road. I'd never done a crazy thing in my life before that night. Do you have a JIRA for that?
That was awesome! I wish they would do that at the end of all their videos, man. Bloopers. I love videos that have bloopers at the end. I say that. I have tons of bloopers and I never put those in. That was a good one. You know, the new Expanse ship is cool. I think if we have friends that want to go out mole mining, which is a lot of the time, a lot of people in our org like mining, I can come along with the Expanse and just sit there and refine things. Oh my god, look how dirty and how much lint I have on this. I literally just bought a lint roller because all my stuff is covered in hair, even after I wash it. Does anyone have cats or dogs? And even once you wash your clothes, they come out and they're still freaking covered in hair. So I just bought a lint roller. Anyway, sorry, I'm just looking at myself and I can see all of this hair, man. Where was I? I don't even know. But yeah, the mining ship thing's cool. The Expanse, that'll be a lot of fun. I can just tag along and do some refining while people are mining. Big happy with that. Yeah, I think the refueling is going to be a lot of fun. I'm interested to see how it works. I don't think it's going to work as intended, but I do think it's going to work very well as a support ship for a fleet or for an org event or for exploration and things like that. More so than an individual business of going out helping people. What else was in there? The medical stuff again. You know, it's just not. I'm happy it's there. It's cool. It looks good. It's just I don't get too excited for it. The rivers. Yeah, it's a good one. It was a good Inside Star Citizen. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to love you and leave you. I will be back in a couple weeks. Very refreshed, and I'm sure, oh god, do I need it. I know you're probably like, dude, you don't even post videos anymore. You don't even stream. What do you mean you need it? You don't do anything. This is the reason I don't do those things, is because I need it. I just need a break, man. But I hope you guys have a fantastic time in 317. And I hope to come back and just have a new, fresh, just refreshed, you know what I mean? Recharged. That's what it's all about. But anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic couple of weeks. And I'll see you when I get back. Some Star Citizen. Bye.